Hello, welcome to session 2. This evening we're going to look at learning outcome 2, definitions of intellectual disability. And the aim of the session this evening is to support you to understand the terms intellectual and multiple disability. And we're going to focus on the terms and what they mean in everyday life, linking theory to practice. So I suppose first and foremost, we have to be aware, following our discussion last time on appropriate and inappropriate language, that terminology, as we mentioned, varies from country to country, and the acceptable terminology varies from country to country. As mentioned, the term intellectual disability is the current term, or the favoured term used in Ireland. And intellectual disability is a lifelong condition without a cure. In the United States, the term mental retardation is still used, the same as the WHO, but we're hoping that this is going to change. And in the UK, the term learning disability is the current favourite term. So, to recap, in Ireland, it's intellectual disability. In the UK, it's learning disability. And in the United States, it's mental retardation. Test yourself. Which term is used where? Which term is used in Ireland? Which term is used in the UK? And which term is used in the United States? And then go back and check to see if you're correct. The definition of the intellectual disability from the WHO suggests that intellectual disability means a significantly reduced ability to understand new or complex information and to learn and apply new skills, which is also known as impaired intelligence. This results in a reduced ability to cope independently, known as impaired social functioning, and begins before adulthood, so before the age of 18, with lasting effect on development. So if we look at expanded characterization of intellectual disability, it's defined as a condition of arrested or incomplete development of mind, which is characterized by impairments of skills manifested during the developmental period, which contribute to the overall level of intelligence, i.e. cognitive, language, motor, and social abilities. And this detail comes from the ICD-10, which is the 10th revision of the International Statistical Classification of Diseases and Related Health Problems. And it is a medical classification list by the World Health Organization. In other words, a significantly reduced ability to understand new or complex information, to learn new skills, impaired intelligence, with a reduced ability to cope independently, i.e. impaired social functioning, which started before adulthood, as in before 18, with a lasting effect on development. So to recap, aspects of intellectual disability. Impaired intelligence includes reduced ability to understand new or complex information, and also reduced ability to learn and apply new skills. While impaired social functioning refers to the reduced ability to cope independently. So again, here's a little memory test just for you. What does impaired intelligence mean? And also, what does impaired social functioning mean? When we consider intellectual disability, the 4 key areas include impaired intelligence, impaired social functioning, It begins before adulthood, so before the age of 18, and has a lasting impact on development. There is no cure for intellectual disability. So another little memory test for you. Can you explain the term intellectual disability? Try and remember the 4 key points outlined in slide number 10. So this is part of your homework. And I had intended this as a breakout room discussion. So this is just for you to take a couple of minutes to have a look at this lovely video on inclusion. The 2017 National Employment Programme for Adults with Down Syndrome in Ireland supports the inclusion and meaningful inclusion of adults with Down syndrome in the workforce. So I want you in your answer to say, what do you think of this initiative? How does it benefit the individuals with Down syndrome in the workplace and in society in general? And how does it support us as members of society? How does it make our world a better place and the world for those with Down syndrome a better place? Do you agree that it does? Or do you think that it's tokenistic? Or would you agree that it's meaningful inclusion? So you can just watch this little video and let me know what you think in your homework. So I hope that you enjoyed that little video, and I would like to have your opinion on the discussion
right.
forum, please. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this fantastic event. We are so happy.
So we also need to consider how COVID-19 crisis has affected the lives of people with an intellectual disability in Ireland. And I just want you to take note of some points that you notice on this video and let me know. So in discussion forum, task 2 is to consider this video.
Well, COVID is it's just strange for everybody right now. But having a disability in normal life, sometimes it's hard, but I don't let it get me down.
I suppose it's really, really frustrating that you're not back in the day service, Christopher, and because none of us is back. Myself is not back really because we can't, you see, because of this COVID-19, you see.
It's kind of sad because you're not look forward for getting up in the morning. It's nice to have looking forward for getting up in the morning and waiting for the bus to come to take us to day services.
Mairead, what do you miss most during the lockdown?
Well, I miss hanging out with my friends, Italy. I miss sitting beside my friend at last time. I miss talking to my people, but I can email him.
My job came to an end. Casa came to an end. It's caring. My casa socials. Like my Special Olympics. My brother couldn't come here. My brother couldn't come for my birthday.
I can go swimming or horse riding, and I can go to work at the day labor in RSW.
I know it can be very frightening and worrying for people with disabilities, definitely. You know, because when they don't know where they're going to go and what's going to happen, and you know, because I'm not too bad, but there's a lot of them that are so used to just going out and having their days planned. You know, that I know it's much harder for them.
And how did that make you feel?
Upset, annoyed, anxious, trying to see staff, trying to see friends. I really miss all of my friends, and I do talk to them, and I can't wait till it's all over. I give them all a big hug.
So I might be getting out of here sometime, but I'm not sure yet to know, because there are some of them problems I was just a bit annoyed about when I was off work, because no help and all like that. And the staff can't come in at the moment, but we just chat at each other at the window sometimes. Have to call to me, and then I'd often be outside for a while as well.
Lonely and scary and worried. I miss my friends, I miss my family, I miss my loved ones, and especially I miss Limerick, and especially I miss the staff centre and friends. I like going out and about, but it's hard, very hard. But I'm coping.
The end of March till June the 8th, I didn't leave the house. Except to go around the green with the dog. And the dog is also in depression, like the poor dog.
Yeah, it's good there now like that, because I don't go in the daytime to places only in the evening where it's more quieter the other way, not done as it is busy during the daytime most of the places the other way. I don't be near anybody and all like that close by. If I wanted to look at something that somebody else was there first, I'd wait instead and just wait for a while till they're gone. I would just wait and look at something else for a while anywhere if I was wanting to get something.
Well, I have been active. I have been getting out, and staff have stayed in contact with us as well. So we're not too bad that way. And I also used the equipment up in the park for the gym equipment and all that.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you keep them fit and healthy.
I do, yes.
That's good.
I do.
I get to sleep in.
You get to sleep in.
Yeah.
Everyone sleep in.
Yeah.
Well, I have learned a lot of skills that when you go into the supermarket, you have to wear a mask. Well, I found it quite hard at times and depressing, you know. Then I found jigsaw, so I'm just making jigsaws, like, and just doing, generally just sitting around, like, because I don't sleep great anyway. But the dreams I'm having this weather is weird.
And how do you feel when you read the news or hear the news about COVID-19?
Well, I'll be quite honest with you. I was nervous at the beginning. I was following the numbers. who got it and who passed away for a good while. But I got tired of that. I said, it's going to be on for a long time.
So it's very interesting to see the perspectives of service users, really, isn't it? Now that they've lost their services. And it can be quite difficult and quite challenging for all of us, not to mind if you're out of your routine and out of the rituals that you normally enjoy. So I suppose I'd like you to reflect on what you just saw and see if you think that it has affected people with intellectual disabilities maybe even more than those of the general population. And we'll just go to the next slide for the third piece of homework. So we're considering person-centered focus on disability. And I want you to think, how can environmental factors support a person with a disability to enjoy full participation and inclusion in society? And in this instance, how does Katie's work environment support her inclusion in society, along with the advocacy of her mother as her greatest support? So let's watch this.
Welcome to Girls Who Change the World by Girl Talk TV. I'm your host, Katie Zapuri. This